What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to Transfer Deadline Day. And after Liverpool signed Mamardashvili and Chiesa in the past 3 days, we are expecting further activity in the transfer market for Liverpool because Liverpool are still actively looking at an opportunistic defensive midfielder signing, and that could be Alan Varela, the defensive midfielder from FC Porto, because multiple journalists in Portugal and in England are reporting that Liverpool have made inquiries and they have made contact with Porto and they have asked about Alan Varela, and Porto only want to sell him for his release clause, which is 65 million euros. So here you can see Alan Varela's scouting report, but before we dive further deeper into this story, make sure to leave a like because it really helps me out. Subscribe if you are new around here and turn on the bell notifications so never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And Varela is exactly what Liverpool are looking for, a pass master, deep lying playmaker, because passes attempted, he's in the top 4% among midfielders in the past 1 year, compared in the top 14 leagues, and pass completion rate is 88%, which is top 12% for midfielders. Progressive passes 7.4 per 90 minutes, which again puts him in the top 11%. However, if Liverpool are looking for a destroyer, which we are not, then his tackles and interceptions are really lacking, and blocks and clearances, he's in the bottom half of all these metrics. So defending is not necessarily his strongest point. He's not a Fabinho type of player. But Zubimendi wasn't a Fabinho type of player. Zubimendi was a pass master like Alan Varela. So he fits the profile of what Liverpool are looking for. Of course, you have to take into account these numbers come from the Portuguese league, and Varela is one of the most important players for Porto. So Liverpool leaving this transfer very late isn't ideal, because Porto categorically refuse to sell Varela for less than his release clause. Some people like Giulio Pavoni reported that Porto priced him at 75 million pounds, which is 90 million euros, but that's not true. Fabrizio Romano later debunked that and has said that his release clause is only 65 million. And another journalist have said Liverpool made the last effort for Alan Varela. Informal talks happened with Porto, but Porto wanted the full release clause. But Fabrizio Romano concurred, saying that his release clause is 65 million euros, which is around 56 million pounds, which I think is reasonable. We bid 51 million for Zubimendi, so that money is still available, still there. And if Alan Varela fits the profile of what Arne Slot is looking for, I think Liverpool should go for this transfer and just pay the release clause. Don't mess about like we did with Zubimendi, trying to do a payment structure with Real Sociedad, and that gave Real Sociedad enough time to convince Zubimendi not to join Liverpool. It's transfer deadline day, so Liverpool have to act quick, and Fabrizio Romano said that his release clause is 55 million pounds, 65 million euros. So just pay the 55 million pounds release clause and get him on the first plane to Liverpool so we can get the medical and paperwork done. Another Portuguese journalist is saying that Liverpool wanted to make a move and sign Varela, but couldn't because Porto declared him non-transferable in this market and made it known that they want to improve his contract, which expires in 2028. But Porto can't actually make him non-transferable. They can just say either you pay the release clause or you are not getting the player. So I think Liverpool should just pay the 55 million pound release clause. And Luis Fragosi made a counterclaim to this, saying that Liverpool have actually made an official bid for Porto's Alan Varela. The two clubs have been in talks since April. I don't really believe the second part. I mean, if Liverpool are in talks with Porto since April, why do we wait until the last day of the transfer window? But that's how Richard Hughes actually operates. If you look at his transfers at Bournemouth, many transfers happened on the last week of the transfer window. So Richard Hughes likes to leave it late because there are a lot of opportunities in the last few days of the transfer window. And I think The fact that James Pearce said Liverpool are not planning a late move for Varela doesn't mean anything, because he said the same about Mamadashvili. You know, before Liverpool signed Mamadashvili, James Pearce said Liverpool have been monitoring Mamadashvili, but they are not looking to recruit a goalkeeper in this window. What an absolute load of nonsense. James Pearce doesn't know anything that Liverpool Football Club officially doesn't want out into the media. So he's just, debunking transfer stories, and he's reacting to transfer rumors, but he only posts stuff that Liverpool Football Club want directly out in the media. So Liverpool want to play it cool, because we don't want to enter into a scenario where multiple clubs bid the release clause of Varela, and then we have to fight for him. So hopefully Liverpool can close this deal behind closed doors and actually reveal the signing on transfer deadline day. How cool would that be? Fabrizio Romano said that Varela's release clause is 65 million, and Porto will only sell if this release clause is triggered. But at the moment, no official bid from Liverpool and no contact is happening right now. This was this morning, but Liverpool can still make a late move for Varela if there are no other alternatives, and I think we absolutely have to, because I still rate this transfer window as a 5 out of 10 transfer window, maybe 4 out of 10 if I'm really harsh. The main concerns were we needed to sign Robertson's replacement. We need to sign Robertson's replacement sooner or later. Maybe that's not like very urgent, but Robertson and Tsimikas don't fill me with too much confidence. We need a left-sided centre-back to deputise for Virgil van Dijk as well, but that's not like a very urgent matter as well. But we absolutely needed a world-class defensive midfielder for 2 years now, since Fabinho left Liverpool, and we still haven't signed anyone, which shows a lack of ambition from Liverpool's point of view, in my opinion. If Liverpool had true ambition to win the title, we would do absolutely everything to sign somebody like Bruno Guimaraes, who, yes, we had to pay maybe 100 million for him, but that would instantly make Liverpool one of the favourites for the Premier League title. And why wouldn't you give Arne Slot the best possible chance to win the title? Because we have the firepower to do so, but if Konate gets a long-term injury, or if Gravenberch gets injured, then Liverpool will be short and they will be in big trouble. Arne Slot says that he's not expecting any incomings at Liverpool, but a number of youngsters will be heading out on loan. But Arne Slot also said that if there is an opportunity in the market, that we will go for it. Bajcetic will be confirmed to go on loan to Salzburg, and Ben Doak and Kyle Gordon are attracting interest from the Championship. They will be going out on loan. Ned Phillips is hoping to secure a temporary move. Gomez and Kelleher has been a subject of interest from other clubs, but I don't think, Liverpool would sell either of them with no replacement lined up. Nottingham Forest had actually a cash plus player bid rejected for Kelleher yesterday, and it would take a much bigger offer to test Liverpool's resolve, because Nottingham Forest bid some money plus Matt Turner, and they didn't come close to Liverpool's 25 to 30 million pound valuation for Kelleher, obviously, and Nottingham Forest wouldn't go that high. Nottingham Forest are now moving on to other targets, but I also wanted to say how excited I am about the Chiesa transfer, because the transfer fee is so low, it's 11 million pounds. I'm in a League One club. Birmingham City are paying a similar amount, 10 million, for Jay Stansfield, who is a young reserve striker at Fulham, and that is absolutely crazy that third division English clubs are paying the same transfer fee as Chiesa. Of course, Chiesa's wages are much higher than that guy. Arne Slot said that Curtis Jones is the only player who will miss the Man United game, and that's a little bit concerning that Curtis Jones, again, it looks like he's injury prone this season as well. And Arne Slot said on Chiesa's history with injuries, yes, he had a long-term injury with his ACL, but the rest are just small injuries. We have a lot of trust in our performance staff. He's one of our wingers and Chiesa will train, and he could be included in the squad against Man United. It's not likely, but it's a possibility. I'm excited we brought him in, Arne Slot said. He can play on the right, on the left, through the middle. It's an interesting signing. We should take care with him. We've built him up in the right way, and hopefully see his quality in the near future. And Arne Slot said, we are happy with the ones we signed, as it was difficult to make the team even stronger. Chiesa is someone who can help us for the short term, And Mamardashvili is an example of protecting the long-term future of the club. And if we see an opportunity, we could act in the transfer market. The Mamardashvili and Chiesa transfers are brilliant. They are very low transfer fees for world-class players or players like Mamardashvili who has the potential to become world-class. But ultimately, we must call this window for what it is, a lack of ambition. Once again, from Liverpool Football Club. The frustrating thing, as always with Liverpool, is we are so close. We have probably the biggest firepower up front with 6 absolutely brilliant attackers, all different, with different skill sets. So we can score probably the most goals in the Premier League or close to the most goals in the Premier League. But our midfield and our defense needed reinforcing, especially our midfield. And Liverpool are putting a lot of trust into Gravenberch, developing into a defensive number 6, a deep-lying playmaker who is capable of playing against tough opposition. Gravenberch's biggest test so far will be the Man United game. And also, Liverpool are putting a lot of trust into Robertson keeping fresh and in form. We should rotate him with Tsimikas to keep Robertson fresh. And also Jota and Konate staying fit. Liverpool are trusting Arne Slot's new regime of keeping players fit for longer. Maybe Arne Slot's calmer playing style, a more calculated possession style game will help Liverpool not sustain as many injuries around their Jurgen Klopp, but still it's a risk not signing a defensive midfielder, and that's why Liverpool kept Tyler Morton as an insurance policy. And if Liverpool don't sign any more players, it's a very disappointing, especially as there has been quite a lot of transfer windows in recent years where Liverpool have left themselves short. It seems Jurgen Klopp is very happy with Arne Slot is very happy with the squad, and I just hope that him and Arne Slot's team manage the squad well, so we will keep the injuries very low, because if Liverpool suffer long-term injuries to key players, then our season will derail once again. And I think other clubs like Arsenal strengthened much better than Liverpool, and Arsenal were already a better squad than Liverpool, so it will be very, very difficult to finish above Arsenal and Man City. I mean, if we signed Bruno Guimaraes, that would be, I think, a different story. Now let's talk about Liverpool's Champions League draw finally, because it's one of the toughest draws that I've ever seen a team get in Champions League history. This is not like a group, but like a big group of 36 teams, and Liverpool will play 8 different teams, which is a welcome change. I like this new format, but we play Real Madrid and Leipzig from pot 1, and I like it that we play the hardest, the strongest teams at home, because I think Real Madrid are stronger than Leipzig in pot 1, Leverkusen are stronger than AC Milan in pot 2, Lille are on a similar level to PSV, and Bologna I think are stronger than Girona. So we play the stronger team as at home. So Real Madrid, Leverkusen, Lille and Bologna at Anfield, and Leipzig, AC Milan, PSV Eindhoven and Girona away from home. And these are all very, very tough teams, very tough games. Possibly from every pot, Liverpool got 2 of the strongest teams. I like it that we got Leipzig from pot 1, because we could have had Paris Saint-Germain or like Bayern Munich or somebody crazy like that. So I like it that it's actually Leipzig and not somebody crazy like PSG or Bayern Munich. But, from pot 4, 2 of the strongest teams, Bologna and Girona. From pot 3, Lille and PSV are also very, very strong. So this will be an absolutely grueling group stage. Compare that with Man City's draw. Man City got Sparta Prague, Slovan Bratislava, Club Brugge, who are all weaker than the other teams that Liverpool get. Feyenoord, Sporting, Juventus, PSG, Inter actually are pretty strong teams. Juventus, PSG and Inter will be the 3 tough games for Man City. And Arsenal also got a pretty comfortable draw. From pot 2 they got very lucky that they got Shakhtar and Dinamo Zagreb from pot 3. But they also got Monaco and Girona from pot 4. So Arsenal have a tougher draw than Man City. And let's look at Aston Villa's draw, which is also very, very tough. They also will play Leipzig and Bologna, just like Liverpool, but but they got Bayern Munich, Juventus, Bologna, Monaco and Leipzig, 5 very, very tough games. But I still expect Aston Villa not to finish in the bottom 8 and actually go through the playoffs. And because Liverpool got such a tough draw, they will not probably finish in the top 8, which means a further 2 fixtures in the Champions League before the round of 16 even begins. So Liverpool would need to play 17 games to get to the final, just in the Champions League alone, instead of 13 games in the previous format. And here you can see all the rest of the pots. So before I close out this video, you can pause anytime and look at each and every one. I think out of all the teams, Liverpool got the toughest draw. I don't see another team having as many big teams, as many strong teams against them. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.